Sometimes we are told to do something or not do something, and we don't understand why. And it's only later that we begin to understand the reason. It can be something that a child is told by a parent, something that we are told by the doctor, or the employer, or the person in charge. Today in the Gospel, we hear Jesus question his disciples about what the crowds and what the people are saying about him. And after they report what they are hearing, he asks what they say. Who do they say that he is? And it's only Peter that we know of that responds that he believes Jesus is the Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the living God. Then Jesus strictly orders his disciples to tell no one that he is the Christ, the Messiah. Why? Why would Jesus order his disciples to keep this hidden secret? Why would he not want people to know that he was indeed, that he came to be the Christ, the Messiah, the Savior? Jesus knew that he was on his way to Jerusalem, and he knew very clearly what awaited him there. He knew of the conspiracy of his enemies and their desire to destroy him. He knew that all of this would lead to his suffering and to his death. Jesus knew very clearly that he would not be the kind of Messiah that the people were hoping for. A Messiah that suffers? A Messiah that is crucified? That is hardly what most of the people were hoping for. Many hoped for a Messiah that would overcome the Roman occupation of their land, their country. They were hoping for a Messiah that would restore prosperity to Israel. They were hoping for a Messiah that would reestablish justice in their land and fairness. Jesus knew what he would face in Jerusalem was part of who it was to be Messiah. Suffering and death were part of his mission and part of his calling. He did not want the disciples to spread the word of who he was until they understood exactly what it meant for him to be the Messiah, to be the Savior. And his resurrection would complete their understanding and their appreciation. So what about us? Don't we at times resemble the people who wanted a different kind of Messiah? Are there not times in our lives when we wish that Jesus would do more? Don't we at times wish that Jesus would make it very clear what we should do in a very difficult situation? Don't we wish that Jesus would punish the bad and reward the good? Don't we wish that he would heal the hurt and the pain that we experience? Don't we wish that he would somehow take over a situation and make it right, do something to solve these problems? It's not always easy for us to accept a Messiah who talks about us carrying our cross to follow him, who talks about forgiving 70 times, 7 times, who invites us to trust and not fear in difficult and in stormy days. The Messiah that God gave us, the Messiah that God sent to us, was God's own Son. And he was sent to be with us, to become one with us. He was sent to reveal the extent of God's love for us, which he did, dying on the cross. He was sent to experience everything that you and I experience, even denial, betrayal, rejection, and abandonment. And he was sent to assure us of resurrection and new life when our earthly journey is complete. Surely we can focus on what Jesus is not doing, or we can instead look at exactly what he is doing. He is the Savior who walks with us. He is the one who is present to us through the gift of God's own Spirit. He comforts and challenges us with his word, and he nourishes here at the Lord's table with the gift of his own body and blood. Hopefully, today we can proclaim with Peter, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God."